it. I'm going to do it. I'm starting Tim Boyle this week. I'm going to start Tim Boyle this week. Who's coming with me? Who else is going to start Tim Boyle this week? You need to start Tim Boyle this week. Who wants it? Who wants to have a Boyle on their roster? Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me? Joe Morley. You will not regret this, my friend. Tim Boyle. Woo!
The Warzone Sports Network presents the Fantasy Football Speakeasy. Stay tuned and never miss out.
Tony,
What? Yeah, go ahead.
do you have any insurance for that? Because I don't know what I just agreed with. I just agreed to go with you with Tim Boyle.
Yes, you did. You will not regret it. Tim Boyle is going to be a monster. Thank you, everybody who stops by the Fantasy Football Speakeasy. All you got to do, knock twice, come in here and get some of the sweet, sweet, fun fantasy football talk. This week, we're throwing out just locks of the week. Take it to the bank, guarantees, doesn't matter what it is. This conversation is like gold. It's so precious, and it only goes up in value. You are here to grab it. We're going to be going through each of our positions and guarantee. Like, I personally, if all of the players I don't pick don't hit more, like at my point level or above, I will personally apologize to you if you put them in your lineup. Personal apologies will be issued if it does not happen.
I'm sure that'll help them feel better after they lose.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not apologizing to nobody because I'm correct. 60% of the time, I'm correct every time, Tony.
Hell yeah. Hell yes.
Well, I'll tell you right now that I have no idea who the fuck Tim Boyle is, and I have no idea who Jerry Maguire is either. But hopefully you guys didn't put any of these guys in the QBs, RBs, wide receivers, tight ends ranking.
Well, Tim Boyle starting for the Lions feels like it feels like the most Lions thing to do for them to get their first win of the year, right?
Yeah.
They're playing a team they should not beat, which is basically any one of the other 31 teams in the NFL. But Tim Boyle, maybe he's the answer. What up, Krusty?
Let's not pretend like they got a tough opponent this week, Tony. All right.
Cowboys, Chiefs opinion, they both suck.
Wait, who are the Lions playing?
The Cleveland Browns, baby.
That's what I thought,
Oh,
Mike.
yeah. Tim Boyle! Put your
Tim
hands
Boyle season. Let's go. First
Cowboys versus Chiefs. This is breezy Fortnite. Joe, what are your opinions on the Cowboys versus Chiefs?
in. Cowboys, overrated. Chiefs, suck. That's it.
I think that the Cowboys-Chiefs game is going to be like a fantasy bonanza. Smorgasbord of points everywhere.
Even if the Cowboys win this game, it still won't count as a team that they beat over 500 because the Chiefs are 5-5, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
The Chiefs are 6-4, and they're first in our division right now.
Oh, they're 6-4? My bad.
Because
yeah.
some team last week couldn't step into the kitchen and cook some fire. Instead, they stepped into the kitchen and passed out from the heat.
Wait, Marquise Brown is out? I think Marquise is on one of these graphics.
What?
Yeah.
They said he's out?
Man. That's what Krusty's saying. He's saying he's got a tough matchup against Mike this week in the Warzone of Attrition League, and now Marquise Brown is not playing. Is it a COVID issue with Marquise? Like, I didn't see anything pop up on the injury report. I don't have him in any leagues, and I don't think I'm playing him at all this week. So, across 8 leagues, I'm pretty well
I
plugged.
definitely helped Krusty out by playing Kendrick Bourne. Joe, never going with you and teaming up with you on fantasy things ever again. Not happening.
Well, didn't Kendrick Bourne get like 9 points?
That's not enough.
But he's your 4th wide receiver or whatever. Ooh, a thigh. That's not.
I could have played Dawson Knox, Tony.
Well, this helps my Rashard Bateman. Hopefully, in the 3 leagues I'm starting Rashad Bateman, I could have put him on the graphic for a couple touchdowns today.
Not if Huntley's out there.
Oh, I forgot about that. Lamar and the sickness, whatever's happening over there.
Which I'm playing a dummy in another league. He played Mac Jones. Well, I'm kind of an asshole. So it's a league where I have a lot of depth, and I just have a bunch of extra guys at the bottom of my roster that might boom towards the end of the season, but don't really ever use them. They never touched my starting lineup, and I realized that my opponent this week didn't have a quarterback, and it's a 14-team league, so it's kind of deep because his quarterback had a bye week. He has Matthew Stafford, so I picked up Cam Newton. I picked up another guy and another. I picked up 3 quarterbacks, and he had to play Mac Jones on Thursday. But now some quarterbacks are going to go down. He could have played Tim Boyle.
Oh, this guy's going to be regretting it when Tim Boyle hits 25 fantasy points for the Detroit Lions against the Cleveland Browns.
You know why else it was perfect that he played Mac Jones? Because Mac Jones played on Thursday night. So right after Mac Jones played and his quarterback position's locked, I dropped all those quarterbacks and picked up the players I dropped.
So can we start the show over, make new graphics, and go again?
That's a good strategy.
You can sub someone in. Like, we'll just pretend like we don't see Marquise Brown on the graphic.
You should just blame it on Mike and say he put the wrong Baltimore Ravens receiver in there the whole time.
I didn't design the graphics. Joe designed the graphics.
Okay, well then, Joe, you messed up and you put in the wrong Ravens wide receiver. That's all you got to do. Just say it's supposed to be. Oh, Krusty coming in. Burn, Mikey.
Well, that's in the freaking. It's in the scroll down here. He's just quoting the scroll. He's not saying I suck. He's quoting the scroll.
Well, I think he's second. Like, anybody else think that Mike sucks? And Chris is like, yeah, me.
All in favor?
Here it comes. It's coming.
Pittsburgh,
LAC, NYG, Tampa. PS Mike sucks. There it is.
PS Mike sucks.
All right, let's do it.
Scott Davidson. Woo!
What's up, Scotty?
Scotty D.
Scott.
What city is that in the background there?
Oh, that's good old Bakersfield.
Bakersfield doesn't have a bridge and bright lights. It would be dusty and Chick-fil-A in the background. That's about all you guys got.
And gray and boring.
People do like TikToks where they're like, I can't wait till the summer when I go to these towns. And they're like Fresno, and it's like a nice snowing area. You never seen those videos?
I've never seen those videos. I don't spend any time on TikTok, though. You're asking the wrong.
Breezy, if you want to see my opinion on the Henry Ruggs situation, which is old, and I don't want to talk about it anymore, but go check out the Silver and Black Allegiance episode from 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I did a whole episode on it.
I think you did. You actually did a nice job.
Yeah. We're here to talk about some locks, Tony. Some locks.
Yeah, we're here to give you the picks of the week. We're gonna win some wins.
Speaking of Scott Davidson's beloved Cincinnati, I'm starting it off with Joe Burrow going to play the Las Vegas Raiders. This is going to be a total Joe Smoke Show Burrow for this game. Like, I'm T. Higgins. I could have easily had him as my wide receiver, but I wanted to limit to one Bengal. I think there's going to be quite a few points. I think there's going to be some garbage time for Derek Carr, but if I'm going to focus on Joe Burrow, I'm going with 4 touchdowns, 400 yards guaranteed from Joe Burrow in this game. The kind where people are like, let's look at that draft class. Whoa, look again. You got Burrow. Herbert's going to be on Sunday night, just dropping them all over the banged up Steelers defense. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, who was the other guy? Tua was in that draft, right? But Joe Burrow is going to steal the headlines. I'm guaranteeing 400 yards and 4 TDs. T. Higgins, big game. Even Tyler Boyd's getting in the end zone. It's going to be wonderful. Joe Burrow. Mike.
Let's go. I like that take, Tony, because I don't know if you heard who Joe Burrow's playing this week, but it's a bad defense. I'll tell you that right now. Anyways, I chose Russell Wilson. I think he's going to have his bounce back game. He's had 2 weeks now of practice, back at practice with the team, with the wide receivers. The only thing that sucks is there's an injury with Chris Carson. He's officially out for the season. I don't think he was coming back this week anyways, but that forces them to start airing this thing out. And at 100% and in his full groove of things, we know what Russell Wilson can do. And they're playing at home. It's a lot better than going to Lambeau like he had to in his first game back last week. I think, and I'm gonna say it right now, I have it at 30 points because I saw you had 28 points. I didn't want to go crazy and put 35 on the board for Russell Wilson, but I firmly think that this week Russell Wilson will be QB1 in fantasy football and upset the Arizona Cardinals in Seattle. I'm excited for it. But if they don't, you guys remember my Friday Night Wars take? Russ, take a seat, buddy.
Yeah, the Chris Carson news is kind of sad to me because it's a neck injury, so he's a good football player. I don't really know how, like, Sterling Sharp was one of my favorite players when I was a kid, like real young. He ended up having to retire early due to some neck issues. Sad situation there. But I do think Russ is in for a big day. DK, Tyler Lockett, they're going to be throwing the ball. They're going to be splashing some fantasy points. Joe, talk to us about who you got in the QB.
I'm going Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill, 24 points, guaranteed. Lock it in. He's going to run the ball in for some touchdowns. He's going to throw the ball to A.J. Brown. Tannehill, 24 points, leading you to a win this weekend. I guarantee it. 24 points. Lock it in.
So this game is funny because it's almost like when they played the Jets and they were all banged up and injured. Remember, they didn't start AJ. They didn't start Julio. They had like 3 tight end sets. Marcus Johnston back. It looks like maybe he's the wide receiver 2 there. They don't even have Jeff Swaim. Like Ferksker and Michael Pruitt are the tight ends for Tennessee. This is a bold projection, Joe. I do think the revenge game for Deontay Foreman is a thing. I don't want to jinx it because I'm starting Foreman in a few leagues, so I didn't go there.
The Texans give up the 9th most fantasy points to quarterbacks. If that's a thing. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I'm just saying. It's 19 points a game that they give up to fantasy quarterbacks. I'm just going a little bit over that average right there.
I think it's a pretty safe play. I think it's an A.J. Brown week.
Yeah, but see, I like about Tannehill. When they get close to the end zone, he runs that ball in. He scores the touchdowns. And we talked about it a couple of weeks ago that we wanted to see Tannehill do that even more. And the last couple of weeks, he started to pick it back up, and he's starting to take those touchdowns. And that's where he gets those extra fantasy points. Is from the I don't know if we're going off a 4-point touchdown leagues or 6. I go 6 because 4 points for a touchdown is like getting socks on Christmas. Ain't nobody want that shit, right? Nobody wants that.
I'll tell you this. I'm going with whatever makes me right. That's what I'm going with. So however I get to being right, that's all I give a shit about. I think there was a question in here from Scott. Want to put that one up here? The Cleveland defense or Miami defense? I'm starting Cleveland in a couple of leagues.
Cleveland.
Tim Boyle is playing for the Lions.
I got some bad news, Scott, if you're a Miami fan. I don't think you already said you're a Cincinnati fan, so you don't have to worry about it. But Miami's going to lose to the Jets.
It's weird to see a midnight tell us good afternoon.
Good afternoon, midnight.
What's up? Scott Davidson, any news on Big Ben? He is activated, right? He got activated this morning?
Not sure. I have not seen.
Oh, I didn't see that either. Maybe he was activated. I didn't catch that news if he was.
That leaves a much older, less mobile target for 97.
5 hours ago, it said he will be activated and start against the Chargers.
There you go.
Good. There it is.
I don't want to hear no excuses from the Steelers fans.
No excuses from the Rooney Tunes report. That's what I'm hearing.
Next up, we're talking about locks, guys, for people who are just joining. We're locking in fantasy scores for every position.
If you have Ryan Tannehill on your team, he's scoring 24 points, and you're winning your league. You're winning your game this week.
Quick recap. Joey B throwing that smoke in Las Vegas, right? Going to have his own little, the best Tiger show in town since Siegfried and Roy. Joe Burrow this weekend in Las Vegas. Then you got Russell Wilson. Who's he? He's going off against the Cardinals, right? Going to show Kyler Murray. You're not the only quarterback under 5'4" who can ball in this league, even though I got mallet finger. And then Ryan Tannehill better put it on the Houston Texans, who are basically trying to play for the first overall draft pick. And these are all guarantees. Over 28 points for Joe Burrow. I can't wait. Gonna smoke it.
Lock it in. Lock it in.
Right there.
I love your choice, Tony, by the way. I just want to let you know. I just love your choice.
Yes, we've got the best man playing the Blues in the backfield, Myles Gaskin, going to. I feel like this is a week where Myles Gaskin is going to get a bunch of fantasy points. You're looking at it, if you're playing Myles Gaskin, he's probably projected at like 8 or 10, or depending on your league scoring or whatever, but he's going to leave you crushed going into Sunday and Monday Night Football. Like Myles Gaskin, involved in the passing game, involved more in the running game, Malcolm Brown being out, I'm guaranteeing a touchdown, 100 all-purpose yards, like 6 receptions. We're going Gaskins having a big Sunday this week. Mike?
Yeah, there's a new AJ in Green Bay, and it ain't A. Jones no more. It's going to be AJ Dillon. Last week, in 2.5 quarters, he absolutely destroyed the Seahawks. This week, they see a Minnesota Vikings defense who may be a little bit tougher. They got a little bit better linebacking core, but I think A.J. Dillon reaching this 21-point score is an absolute lock. And I'll double down right now. We could put something on the line later, or if you guys think of something on the fly, I lock in that A.J. Dillon outscores Gaskin and James Conner this week.
Shut that up. Let me tell you.
Lock it up.
Who has the most rushing touchdowns on the season this year? Oh, it's James motherfucking Conner. That's right. James Conner, 20 points against the Seattle Seahawks, who are the second worst team in allowing fantasy running backs this year. The average running back scored 31 points a game on the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going generous this week. I'm going 20. I'm giving him a touchdown or 2, maybe even 2. But James Conner destroys the Seattle Seahawks, wins the fantasy matchup for you. Make sure James Conner is in your lineup this week, because 20 points is just the beginning. That's the bottom. That's the minimum that he's going to put up.
Connor's strong. I'd never seen those tattoos right there on him before, and I like the image selected there.
Connor's strong.
Don't they send people back from the future to protect James Conner? Right? That's how great he is.
Well, who do you think is stronger, AJ or Conner? They both look jacked.
Oh,
AJ got those thighs, though.
He does. He got them watermelon crushing thighs.
I got the best matchup because Myles Gaskin plays the Jets. So I'm saying 22. It might be 42 when all is said and done for Mr.
I'm not gonna lie,
Myles.
Tony. I was right there. I saw your picks before, so I was gonna go with Myles Gaskin, but I saw your pick and I changed it up.
I hate you both.
I haven't been high. I mean, you and I have been talking a lot of mess about Myles Gaskins all year. Krusty, I'm sure, is agreeing with us too, but he just says
all year
Gaskins always booms in odd weeks. He's going against the Jets, right? The Jets are the worst team and the best team for running backs this season to play against. Something has to hit. If he doesn't hit,
I'm glad you guys are coming around, especially you about the Raiders. I'm glad you guys are coming around on Gaskin. It's not all year is kind of like underselling it a little bit. It's been like 8 months of bashing Gaskin. Okay, all right.
Oh well, okay.
No,
we don't
got to talk about anything else. Let's just keep it moving. Keep it moving to the wide receivers.
All right, let's get some wide receiver right here. This is what you can take to your bank right now. Baker, bum hip, a bad knee, shoulder held together by whatever that new fancy tape is that people are putting on, braces, whatever. Doesn't matter. Juice. Jarvis Landry is getting into the end zone this weekend. Going to have about 10. He's going to have one of those vintage Dolphins games and then cap it off with a TD. Remember when Juice first got in the league, every week he'd be like 86 yards, 10 catches, but he never got in the end zone. He's done a lot of that in Cleveland too. He's getting into the end zone this week against the Detroit Lions. He shouldn't be allowed to. I don't think he should be allowed to celebrate when you score touchdowns against the Lions, but this man's going to bring it. He's going to have fun. Touchdown. Jarvis Landry, over 22 points. It's a lock.
PPR, maybe he's going to have 10 receptions. Who freaking knows, right? I'm going with Jamar Chase. You're going to see a common theme today of Bengals going against a shitty defense. I think Jamar Chase's 18-point number here is easy for him to hit. The only reason I had it a little bit lower than you guys at 18 is because they are coming off the bye week, so there's that chance they start the game a little slow. But I think he picks up speed. I think he has 2 tubbies I just hopefully one of them is a big one. Hopefully one of them is one of those 65-yard Jamar Chase bombs. But lock in these 18 points, at least 7 receptions for Jamar tomorrow.
All right.
And you guys see the graphic? Mike messed up. He put Marquise Brown there for some stupid reason. I don't know. I didn't pick Marquise Brown. I wanted to go with Braden Cooks of the Houston Texans. I don't know why he's there, but Cooks is going to go off this weekend. He's going to get every target because they have nobody else on that offense. Who's the Tyrod Taylor's the quarterback, right? Tyrod Taylor's going to look for him. He's going to look for him 10 times, 10 receptions. So that's 10 right there, 100 yards. And you know what? I should have put more points, but I'll give him 20 points. Cook goes with 20 points right there.
I think Cook had 14 targets last week. I was like, holy crap.
And he's going against – I was talking about how Tannehill is going to be good. Could be a shootout, right? It could be a shootout. Hey, did Krusty, I just said that.
Yep.
I just said that.
Hey, wait a minute.
But yeah, we were talking about how Tannehill is going to be good. This game could turn into a shootout because the Titans give up the most to opposing wide receivers.
Yes, sir. And TD is coming in here. Rap star from the Pensacola area. I found TD's on IG after we had the whole mix-up where I thought he was trying to send me illegal photographs last weekend during the wake-up call. But TD's came through. Pretty nice on the mic. Got some videos. Go check out TD's on IG. Get connected with this guy. He knows his way around a microphone. Spit and fire there. I'm glad you corrected that to Brandon Cooks. I picked up Tyrod Taylor in a 2 QB league because I'm getting ready to deal Patrick Mahomes on his bye week to one of the top players in the league because I need to make a little run and I can't afford a bye week. I like all of those, and I, like you said, we're having a theme against the Raiders. Oh man, we're gonna continue to defecate on Las Vegas in this next segment here. When we move to the tight ends, let's get that graphic up now. Boom! I'm going. You guys are like, what is he talking about?
Yeah,
Cole Kamizi with 27.5. He's gonna outscore Tannehill. Yes, he is. He's gonna get 2 touchdowns this week. 6 catches, 80 yards. Cole Kmet is going to play his tail off. They're playing the Ravens. Ravens have been giving up more passing yards. They've been able to be beat there by everybody but Justin Herbert and the Chargers. They've been struggling. I'm going Cole Kmet to have one of those breakout games, one of those games that will, at the end of the year, will solidify him as like in the top 10 of tight ends. And we'll be talking about where we're going to be drafting him next fantasy season. Cole Kmet, let's get his name right. The spelling is funky, but Krusty has it right there. Cole Kmet season. And I officially petitioned Webster to change the spelling of season to SZN. That way, hopefully I'll be able to spell it right.
I went with Gronk. Tony, that's a little bit bold, the Cole Kmet thing. He could get 20 maybe, but this is ballsy, especially when we're going to review these next week. So make sure you guys are here next week to see which one of these landed and which one of these didn't land. I'm going with Gronk. I've been talking about it with George Kittle. The Niners were extremely smart to go ahead and sit him if he's trying to play through injury because when he comes back, he's going to come back healthy. He's going to be at full strength. He's going to be what we all expect him to be. Gronk, in the beginning of the season, was tight end 1 through like the first 4 weeks. He was getting a ton of targets every game. They had him going off on screens. They had him going up the seam. They had him as the primary goal line target. Gronk came back, tried to get back into action. The Bucs saw that he wasn't healthy yet. They said, whoa. Ease up, big fella. Let's give you a couple more weeks off. We need you at full strength for this late season and playoff run. And I believe that Gronk's at full strength. They got a Monday Night Football game against the New York Football Giants. We know how good that team is. Tom Brady to Gronk for 2 touchdowns. And that's going to get me my 16 almost right there. Obviously, you're going to get some yards and some catches out of him too. So lock it in. Brady to Gronk, still going strong in 2021, just no longer in the cold. They've moved to the sunny Tampa Bay. I will be visiting soon. That's a shotgun. That's not a lot.
You guys have been watching. You guys know what I'm doing. You guys know how I'm basing my predictions this week. Actually, it's not a prediction. It's reality because this is what's exactly going to happen. Everything I've told you up to now is exactly what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow against the Raiders, against my team, because I know them better than anybody else. They're going to let the tight end position cook, and Uzma is going to go for 14 points. Why? Why do I say that? You say, Joe, why? Because the same damn reason I've been giving you all damn day. The Raiders have given up the second most fantasy points to tight ends in the league. There you go. That's why I'm taking them. And if you don't know, I use stats to my advantage, and that's why I'm going to win you some fantasy football weekends.
The Raiders also are going to be giving up, what was it? 18 to Jamar, 28 to Joe. I really should have went with Joe Mixon for RB. That would have been hilarious.
See, I'm the only one that's going to get it right, because you're not going to get it right, because the Raiders
suck.
And I've been telling you all year, and you've been trying to shit on my Raiders. And even though the Raiders suck, the Raiders give up the sixth least amount of points to wide receivers. So Tony could be right with Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow thrown into my tight end all day, but Jamar Chase gets shut down.
I thought that was a fill in the blank.
Oh, it doesn't. Well, that's because T. Higgins, the guy I said, has 2 touchdowns tomorrow. T. Higgins is having a humongous Sunday. And midnight 201, I promise you we're going to see 27.5 points from Cole Kmet. It's a promise.
And he better not be on your bench. He better not be on your bench.
Sealed, delivered.
What was the stat line again,
Wonder
Tony?
told me it's going to happen.
What was the stat line again, Tony?
2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. That's 12.
6 catches.
That's 18.
What else do I need to get to 27.5?
90 yards. He'll just go over it.
85 yards.
Yeah. So that's landing on the money.
Yes. It's whatever I text you in the graphic or for information. That's exactly what he's about to do. Tell your friends.
Sign, seal, deliver.
Yeah, that's all my guarantees. Anybody else in the chat? We got a lot of people in here. Throw some suggestions out there of who you guarantees having a big day tomorrow. You can have no reason for it whatsoever. Then it's just a gut feeling, or I need this guy. You want this guy to have a big day. It doesn't matter. That's what this
or
Speakeasy is going to be about.
Or lock in some people you think are going to have a terrible day.
Oh, I'm down for that too.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Let's rain on some young person's parade out there. Scott Davidson holding strong with us.
Sorry, Krusty. Deontay, for example. That's a great example of someone who's going to have a terrible day.
Let's go back to Scotty.
Scotty
D.
Jeff Wilson.
Jeff Wilson Jr., 23. Oh, I love that. How is he getting that 23 points? Is it in the receiving game? Like, is he taking like a 70-yarder to the house?
Well, he's the starting running back tomorrow, right?
Mitchell's
got the finger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike and his Mike has no sympathy for people who have broken digits. It's insane.
Because Ronnie Lott got his finger cut off, right? He said, fuck this finger. Cut that shit off.
If I
He's gonna be holding the football like this, and Mike's gonna be like, you still got 2 fingers, homie? Grip that sucker like this.
That's why you have a whole other hand. But
look what JPP's doing.
JPP don't got no fingers. He plays every single week. If I had to get held out by my medical staff saying I had a broken finger, I'd be like, y'all better say I snapped my femur or something.
Shaq Griffin had no hand.
I don't want that on my record. I shouldn't even be complaining. I bowed out of a flag game, so I started cramping up.
Weak.
I don't think Mitchell's even playing.
I want to go talk about Davidson's question up there, because Michael Gallup almost made my list, because I really think this game is going to be like 40-44. Like, I think the Chiefs-Cowboys game is going to be one of those ones where it's like one play scores a few times. Like Tyreek Hill, I almost had put him down for a 40 burger in my receiver section, because I think it's another thing where, like, Trayvon Diggs is nice in the anticipation game and getting interceptions. He's also giving up whatever the graphic was I saw on NFL Network, he's giving up like 600 yards receiving in coverage. Like, Tyreek Hill might have one of those first halves he had against the Bucs last year where, dude puts up 200 yards and a half or something receiving. I'm going Michael Gallup in this situation. He's back, throwing up a big number. The 17 points for Gallup tomorrow.
I'm going Gallup also. Cedric Wilson kind of disappointed me. I picked him up after that one big game, and I was like, ooh, they're using him as a passer. They're using him in the run game on sweeps. They're using him down the field as a receiver, and then he just never continued that. It was just one anomaly game. Random big game. I like the
Afix
Schultz.
is feeling saucy.
I like the Schultz.
I actually thought about Dalton Schultz when I first was going to make the graphic last night. So it's not. It's a good one to go with.
Yeah.
I think Tony Pollard would have been good.
Lock in that Cowboys victory. We them boys. Holla, holla, holla. Muth. Hell,
that's another guy I thought about yesterday for the tight end position.
20 fumbles, maybe.
Oh, Freiermuth. If we get beat by Freiermuth, which I said on the Nuts and Bolts show, I will lose my mind.
Freiermuth versus Derwin James. That's the matchup.
And we already know what the Chargers think about you, Mike. They don't like you.
Clearly, right?
Charger TikTok fan on the internet, on TikTok, and getting no invites from the Chargers to show up on Sunday.
I won't give up. I don't care if it takes till next football season. Every day, I will ask them for a shot at a sideline ticket.
For the Veterans Day tribute?
For any game. We play the Giants in 2 weeks. Los Angeles Chargers. I know that game ain't sold out.
I'll root for it. We'll retweet it. We'll figure out a way to make it happen. Make it go viral. We got any other Schultz? I love that. Afix that's bold. I mean, there's going to be a lot of points in that game, so maybe not that bold. That's why I didn't pick any of the Cowboys or Chiefs, because I just feel like it's too easy. But 20 points for Freiermuth, not happen. In the last 21 seasons, what is that? Like Cowboys?
The Cowboys always choke. They have 3 playoff wins in 21 seasons. The Jets have 6 playoff wins in the last 21 seasons.
Oh, you guys have any big names stinking?
Stole my heart.
And that's why the Cowboys suck. And that's what I've been telling people this whole season. I don't look at the Cowboys' record. I look at how they play and who they're playing. The Cowboys, yes, they'll make the playoffs by default because they ain't playing nobody good. But once they get to the playoffs, bye.
Well, you knew their schedule before the season started. What did you have as a record projection on them?
105 wins. Oh, wait. We're talking about the Cowboys?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. I just make shit up earlier.
I mean, it was pretty bad.
What about this? A third straight dumper for Tom Brady on Monday night. For whatever reason, the Giants play better in primetime. Bucks lost 3 straight. The only reason I say that is because if Gronk is back, it feels like even if other things aren't working, if you have Bradbury on Evans and Jackson on Godwin or whoever the other receiver is that plays outside there, you still have options. He's still got plays, and he's still Tom freaking Brady.
I don't think so, Tony. And the reason isn't necessarily because of Gronk or anything. Scotty Miller's also coming back. I think AB is expected to play possibly. And the real key is they're getting their corners back. I don't think the Giants have a chance.
If Scotty Miller played with any other QB, would you even care that he's coming back?
No, but he is playing with Tom Brady.
Okay, fine.
If Julian Edelman played with any other QB, I wouldn't care that he even had a career.
The Giants lost to Tampa Bay by 2 points last year, if you remember. Remember that game? We thought the Giants were going to beat the Bucks.
Yeah, and I also remember the Bucks running all the way to the Super Bowl right after that.
So you're saying that's what they need again?
Thanks to 12.
Oh, Afix put some more fire in there on a -1.
Another 0? He's got to get at least 1. You got to give him at least 1. We can't do that again. I'm glad I don't have to talk, but these T-Hawk owners got to be pissed.
Remember in the beginning, I was talking about Hawkinson, and everybody's like, he's guaranteed the number 3 tight end. And I was like, no, he's not. And they're like, yes, he is. Okay.
How?
That's why I never draft Hawkinson. Because if you didn't believe in golf, why would you believe in any of his weapons?
Yeah, the generational talent, Kyle Pitts got me 8 points, even when the Falcons scored 0 points.
And that's in a premium league. You got 8.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think he got like 6 in regular leagues.
He got 5.9.
Just better than 0.
Other one.
Better than 0.
Well, you know what this means. The Falcons have showed you that if you have an aging quarterback, a crappy offensive line, no defense, you go out there and draft yourself a tight end because that's going to win some games.
Here's one for you. You got Jesse Bates. You got the lack of weapons in the Raiders offense. They got one guy to focus on. Darren Waller under 10 points this week.
Oh,
is that like a surprise? Isn't he under 10 points all the time?
Oh, so you're saying that Darren Waller sucks?
I'm just saying that he hasn't done anything since week 1. He has 2 touchdowns on the season.
So he sucks.
that touchdown that got called back last week, it hurt me so bad. It cost me a fantasy matchup. The final minute, the garbage time didn't mean anything to anybody except for me.
Look, as much as I'm down on the Raiders right now, there's no way the Bengals beat the Raiders this week.
Not at all.
So
no
put
chance.
that on the board as well. Bengals get their butts kicked by the Raiders.
But if they don't, I know what the storyline is going to be. Raiders are falling apart again.
Oh, right on time too. Right on time. I don't know. I don't have any off the top of my head other like interesting busts for the week that might just like totally flame out. Maybe Delvin Cook against the Packers. The Packers defense has been playing a lot better. If this turns into a game where, Cousins has to throw the ball 45 times for them to stay in it, maybe Delvin Cook's under 12 points.
Well, there already was a bust. Hunter Henry's tight end 3 right now, and he did not do anything on Thursday night, which is painful for some people, I'm sure.
Yeah, I didn't start him, but I'm sure a lot of people. Yeah. No, I need Cook too. Afix. I have Cook in 3 leagues, so I don't want it to happen either. Maybe he should be more involved in the pass game.
I've absolutely hated the Thursday night games all year long. They've all gone wrong. They've all been bad.
The only one I had a good weekend, I ended up playing somebody who scored like 200 fantasy points that week against me. They had Aaron Jones and Derrick Henry in their lineup again. Like when they went for the two of them went for 80 points combined one week.
I think the only one I had to go on was that Cowboys-Bucks game. That was a really good fantasy game for everyone. But most of it's been like one team, usually the team that's better with the better offense, stinking, while a shitty team beats them. Now the Patriots are better than the Falcons, but we expected the Falcons to at least they didn't really move the ball at all night. Matt Ryan was just getting smacked around. Little boy.
Well, you know what might be a fun YouTube style video for you to do, Mike, is to do like 2021 primetime backup performances, and you rate, because we have seen so many shitty backup quarterbacks in primetime. Geno Smith, who was the guy we got a couple of weeks ago?
Cooper. No, he wasn't Thursday night, was he? Cooper Rush was the Sunday night.
But I mean, still, like any of the primetime games. Yeah, we've just been seeing like backup after backup play. I just blanked on the other one, but it was a few weeks ago, and I was like, really, this is what we get in primetime football? Nonstop.
Josh Rosen is returning to football to tell everyone, y'all regret signing me, let alone drafting me, because I'm about to throw picks. Dude, wait, I'm playing both their kicker and the defense. I'm just sitting there watching the freaking Falcons sabotage my fantasy matchup.
Talking about Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, Jacoby Brissett did play.
Oh, was it? Yeah, it might have been Jacoby playing
against the Ravens.
The Ravens. Yeah.
Tua comes in relief.
Yeah.
And throws a screen pass that went for 65 yards, and all the Tua believers are like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, because we've seen Jordan Love, we've seen Mike White, we've seen. Oh, this week we get Joe Flacco this week.
That was another one. Mike White, didn't he play a Thursday night game and made it through like one quarter, and then he was out?
Yeah, the Colts took off. The Jets defense gave up 45 points, which I think they've done back-to-back weeks now. But then Josh Johnson threw for like 400 yards or something.
Yeah.
3 TDs. And then got relegated back to the practice squad again. Because remember, I was asking you, I said, how come he never gets any in that game? How come he never gets any looks? Because he came in the week before that in mop-up time and played nice and threw some touchdowns. So, yeah, it's been
PJ Walker is now undefeated in all the starts that he started in the NFL, right? And he's getting benched for Cam this week.
Go Cam.
And in the XFL. He's as a professional quarterback, he's like 8-0.
We don't believe in jinxes here, Avix.
I did.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a jinx.
Yeah, I know, right?
I jinxed it. All right. Let's get out of here. Let's let everybody enjoy their Saturday. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the Fantasy Football Wake-Up Call, talking about all the day's action, answering start and sit questions. It'll be fun. I really look forward to that show every Sunday morning. Everybody enjoy their lovely Saturdays. Mike, you got anything? Joe, you got anything?
Show me the money.
Show him your money, and then turn on notifications, guys. We're gonna be posting. Me and Jay Fly tiered all of the backup quarterbacks in the league. That's coming out tomorrow during the middle of the day, so it'll be a good little halftime watch for y'all. And then later on today, me and Tony talked about some bubble teams and which teams we think that are outside the playoff picture that are going in. That should be coming out at 3:30. So just keep an eye out for those videos today, guys. I think that's it. We don't have boot camp today. They did it on Thursday night. So
yeah, go back and watch it.
Yeah, go back and watch it. It was actually one of my favorite episodes so far. Seven got let out of the host chair, and he was going off.
I know. Seven had a couple of like really great jokes in there.
Yeah.
It was a very good episode.
Oh, man.
So spend your Saturday night catching up with the stuff that you missed on the Warzone Sports Network. It's keeping up with the Warzone, right? That's what you got to do tonight. That's your homework. And then follow us tomorrow morning. Let us know what you guys think. And remember, put every player that we just told you guys in your lineups. Put them in your lineups.
Run through them one more time, and then we'll get out of here.
QBs.
Joey B.
Russ. Tannehill. RBs. Gaskin. Such a good running back. I wish I would have drafted him in like the 5th round in my fantasy drafts. AJ Dillon. The new A. Jones in Green Bay. Well, A. Jones, the new AJ in Green Bay. I butchered that.
The quad
I landed it. Rewind if you didn't see it the first time. I landed that joke the first time. James Conner is going to be Connor strong and take you to 20 points. Wide receivers. Juice, Jarvis Landry, 20 points. I said it, 10 receptions, right, Tony? 10 receptions?
Bank it.
18 points for Jamar Chase. That's an easy one against the defense he's playing. And then Marquise Brown is going to have 0 points. And Brandon Cooks is actually going to have 20 points. This Marquise Brown thing was just a giant knock-knock joke. Knock-knock, who's there? Not Marquise. Tight ends. Cole Kmet. Bold take from Tony. He's going for 30. I'll tell you right now. Gronk, 16 and 2 touchdown Gronk spikes. CJ Azumwa is going to add on to the Bengals' onslaught against the crappy, shitty, trash-ass defense they're playing this week. And that's all of our locks. And let's see. Next week, we're going to be here, and we're going to look at who was right and who was wrong. I'll tell you who's going to be the highest scoring RB out of these three. The
AJ Dillon.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'm starting him in 5 leagues, so I hope
I'm playing against him in one of those leagues. You're starting him. So
yes, you are. I have the greatest dynasty team where everybody is in their 1st or 2nd year, and I'm winning games. It's
Tony,
great.
If AJ Dillon keeps going the way he is, and he works out, and he takes over by next year, you're going to win the championship next year.
Yeah, if Kyle Shanahan would just start trading. You know what? I want to end on a positive note. AJ Dillon, the quad father, is running you all to fantasy championships this playoff season. See you tomorrow.
The Warzone Sports Network presents the Fantasy Football Speakeasy.